Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a mixture of things. So I'm going to give just kind of like a Bible update on where I'm at in my reading because my goal is to read through the entire Bible. I'm also giving a book update, a little miniature book haul. So I don't know if this will be separated into two videos or not, but we shall see. First off, I wanted to share this book with you guys. I don't know if I've shared it in another video or not, but it's called Growing Your Faith by Jerry Bridges. This is a book that I'm reading for a small group that I'm a part of. It's honestly a great book, but I have just been, yeah, busy and kind of stressed, and so just not focused on the book. So I've only read like maybe one or two chapters, and we're already towards the end of the book for the small group. So I've been like bouncing around a little bit, but it says How to Mature in Christ. It is basically a book about spiritual growth. How can we grow spiritually as Christians? And it's a easy to read book. Like, I like how it's written as much as I've read, at least. Also, this bookmark, I really like it. My sister actually got this for me for my birthday. Like, she gave me the money to buy the bookmark and a couple books, which you might see in this video too. But yeah, let me read the back of this. I really think this is a good book and I would like to read it eventually, but I feel that in this season of my life, it's probably not gonna happen. So yeah. But it says, what does it mean to follow Christ? When we are gripped by the astonishing fact of Christ's love for us, we desire to draw close to him. But what can we do to deepen our relationship with Jesus? What does he expect of us, and how can we be more like him? In Growing Your Faith, author Jerry Bridges, one of the most respected Bible teachers of our time, presents the essential elements of Christian life in a highly readable, surprisingly practical form. I like that they said that. I do think this book is highly readable and I think it's very practical, and it's a good book to read with a small group. Um, yeah, so hopefully I'll get through it. I also like the feel of the book, but I'm going on and on. In other news, Bible update, okay? I finished Deuteronomy the other day and I was like, yay! So now I'm on Joshua. I listened to the first four chapters this morning. I'm going to reread at least one of those chapters tonight because, yeah, I just want to be in my word. But it's really, I think it's just going to be such a great journey to go through the whole Bible this way, from Genesis all the way to Revelation, and to just see the themes and all of the patterns, like, continue to grow over time. But yeah, like I said, I just finished Deuteronomy, where, spoiler alert, but not really, Moses dies, and yeah, just sad that he dies. Like, I get it, but it's sad. So now Joshua um, has taken over, and the Lord has given him the same kind of, authority, and is working like, similar miracles as he did with Moses, so that the people can understand that, like, this is their new leader. So, yeah, really good. That's what I'm going to read after I'm done making this video. Let us move on to, I'm going to go with this. These are some books that you've seen before. One of these books I've read before. The other book I have read, but I've never finished it. But they're books that I like kind of want to reread. So, Heaven, Your Real Home by Johnny Erskine Tada. I think about this book a lot. Like, when I just feel like I need to, like, remember heaven and have that like eternal perspective, I think about this book a lot, because the way that she just like breaks down the just how amazing it's going to be when we get to heaven, the way that she breaks that down, I think is really, really good. So, yeah, great book. Has kind of like a special place in my heart, I would say. But yeah, I've read it before and I want to read it again. And then you guys saw this if you've seen like my older videos when I first started making book related videos. It's Graphic Design, the New Basics. And, when I looked back at this, honestly, I was comparing myself to other booktubers, which we shouldn't compare ourselves to other people. But I was like, oh, I'm like so silly for reading like a textbook kind of, um, as part of my TBR. But honestly, this is the kind of stuff that I'm interested in. Like, I really I really like art, and I also do like books where I'm learning something, like not straight up textbooks, but like books that are teaching me something, but it's like in a storytelling aspect too. And this book is really good because it's a lot of pictures for one, and um yeah, like just because I like art and I like how they keep the definitions kind of brief. I want to finish that, and I already have a bookmark for where I'm at, so I would just start from there. But this is how far I am in the book. Not super far, but I do want to continue reading that, like just leisurely in my spare time. So those are two books that I kind of want to read. They're not really like on my TBR, but they are. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go on to the next ones. So, should I save the book haul for last, or I want to show you guys my physical, yeah, my physical TBR includes Out of the Comfort Zone. I still haven't read. It is a book about missionary work, a very practical book about what missions looks like today. So, there's that. This book I also bought with when my sister gave me money for my birthday. I bought the bookmark and I bought this book. It is Scientific Facts in the Bible, which I was so excited about when I got it, but have not touched since. So, yeah. But I am into like science. Like I like reading about it or hearing about it. So, yeah, hopefully I'll get to this soon. I thought that I was going to get to this like during Easter, but I didn't. But it's The Case for Easter by Lee Strobel, which I got from my church, and I really want to read. But yeah, I just feel like I have to be ready for it. As small as the book is, it's a bit of a smaller font, and I know that it's a lot of information, so it will still take me some time to read. Next, I have this book. It's called The Rapture Question. It breaks down the four views of the church's role in the tribulation, and it talks about like basically different beliefs that people have about the rapture and the tribulation. So there's partial rapturism, pre-tribulationism, mid-tribulationism, and post-tribulationism, um, which I think this book is in support of pre. I don't know. I've read a little bit of it, but I forget. So it basically is just showing you like these different beliefs, but it will show you like why some of them are like unbiblical, I guess. This is a book that I really have to kind of be in the mood for, and also I feel like it's more of a book that I would um, kind of read like if I was already reading the Bible on this particular topic and I just wanted like kind of some extra like feedback and thoughts. Um, but yeah, someone from church gave this to me, so I still have it. And then this book, Following Jesus in the Real World, a friend of mine gave this to me. Um, yeah, what does it mean to follow Jesus after college? I really like that. I haven't been compelled to open it up, to be honest, but might be a good book. So that's on my TBR. We also have The Beloved, Beyond Ourselves by, I think the name is Catherine Marshall. I've read quite a bit of this book, but I've just never finished the whole thing. I got this book when I was 17, I think, from the little like bookstore library, and it is a really good book. It's a lot of storytelling, and it just touches on like different topics of faith, but it's it's written very well, and it's an older book, and it gives me like kind of Elizabeth Elliot type of vibes, you know? So it is a good book. I think I'm on chapter 11 because that's where my little bookmark is at. So if that's the case, I wonder if I should just finish it from there because I do remember reading other chapters like, and some of these chapters are really memorable. Like, I can still kind of remember the story. I don't know. Like, it might just be better to start over, right? Because it's been so long since I've read it. So, I don't know. You guys tell me. Should I start from the beginning or should I just start from where this bookmark is? And also comment below if you have any of these books that I mentioned. Um, Lastly, I really need to get to this, but I haven't. It's The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. This is just like for adulting, like something I need in my back pocket for adulting to teach me about finances, but I have not gotten to it yet, so it's still on my TBR. So those are all of the books on my TBR. It's not that much, but yeah. Then I have this book haul, which can easily become more books on my TBR. But I'm excited to show you guys them. These are books, I only purchased 2 of these books. The rest of these books I just recently got from a friend who was like cleaning out her, just cleaning out her items. And then I also recently bought a book from Barnes and Noble, so I'll show you that too. So here's the first book. It's called The Christmas Code by O.S. Hawkins, and it's a devotional book. I'm so excited about this because I really want to. I have just been wanting to like make Christmas more about Christ in my life instead of focusing so much on gifts. Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with giving gifts, but last year, my family, we didn't do gifts. We did like a Bible trivia game, and I don't even remember what else, to be honest, but like we just did that. We, spent time together, and I just felt like I was able to really focus more on Jesus, and that's what I want to do. So I think that this devotional is great because it starts December 1st and it literally ends on Christmas Day, so I can just have a great time of reflection. I also got this one. This is another Christmas like devotional book, but I love the title. Isn't it so fun? It says the very fancy, very important Christmas cheer start here guidebook. Like, it's so, is whimsical the right word? I don't know, but I like that. But yeah, this is a really nice little Devo book. It's short as well, so I like that. And then I got this book also from my friend. This is the book that I am most curious about out of all the ones I've got. I really want to like start reading this right away, but I'm in the middle of reading a book right now, which I will show you guys in a minute. Um, but it's called Extravagant Grace, God's Glory Displayed in Our Weakness. And it looks like that. This, like, I don't know, this book just feels like it's what I need to read right now? So here's what it says. Why do Christians, even mature Christians, still sin so often? Why doesn't God set us free? We seem to notice more sin in our lives all the time, and we wonder if our progress is a constant disappointment to God. Where is the joy and peace we read about in the Bible? The author turns to the writings of John Newton to teach us God's purpose for our failure and guilt, and to help us adjust our expectations of ourselves. Her empathetic, honest approach, candidly incorporating illustrations from her own struggles, lifts our focus from our own performance back to the God who is bigger than our failures and who uses them for his glory. Rediscover how God's extravagant grace makes the gospel once again feel like the good news it truly is. So excited for this. I have some more books. I have a headache though. I can feel it like right here. So I might need to speed this up. The other one that I got is called Unscripted by Jeff Iorg. And it says sharing the gospel as life happens. So this is also like I think a good book for me because I want to grow in sharing my faith with other people as life happens. So just, no matter where I'm at, being open to the Holy Spirit, using me and just sharing very authentically and naturally with other people. So I'm excited for this one too. And then these are the last 2 books that I purchased. So this one I purchased from an independent bookstore. I wanted to show my support. It is a beautiful hardcover, and it is a nonfiction book, Frida in America. Yeah, so she is a was a Mexican artist. And so the book is kind of like detailing her life, I think. And yeah, it's basically a biography, so pretty simple. But I've just found that I really enjoy like reading about history. So I think I really like memoirs, history related books, as long as it's like, as long as the storytelling is good. Because I don't want to just read like a history book, but I want you to like, I want the storytelling to be so good that I feel like I am there with that person in that time period as it's all happening. That's like the kind of stuff that I like. So, historical fiction, history related books, and memoirs. I think those are my favorite. This is the last or second to last book that I wanted to show you guys. It is called Forger. This book I just bought. There were three books that I was looking at. Um, they were all they were all nonfiction books, and this one is too. But yeah, it was buy one get one 50% off, and I was so like, I was so tempted to get the second book, but I really didn't see a second book that I wanted that was part of this like buy one get one 50% off. So I'm like, I'm not gonna like look for a book just to get the discount when I could be spending less money just getting the one book that I want. This is a book that I really wanted. That I don't remember seeing in the library. I mean, I probably could have found it in the library, but I don't think I saw it on my Hoopla app, or this new app that I've been using. I think it's called Libby. So anyway, it's a pretty serious topic, but it talks about, it says field notes for surviving a family cult. So this author grew up in a cult. Um, I'll actually I'll actually just read the back to you. It says, as a child, Michelle Dowd lived on a mountain in the Angeles National Forest. She was born into an ultra religious cult, the Field, started in the 1930s by her grandfather, who convinced generations of young male followers that he would live 500 years and ascend to the heavens when doomsday came. Comfort and care are sins, Michelle is told. As a result, she is forced to learn the skills necessary to battle hunger, thirst, and cold. She learns to trust animals more than humans, and most important, she learns how to survive in the natural world. Basically, she uses the skills that she learned when she was in this cult to escape from the cult. Um, yeah, very, very serious topic. It might seem kind of like, I don't know if it seems like out of place for me to get a book like this, but I think it's very important. Like, for me at least, I think it's very important to hear other people's stories. Not everybody comes from, not everyone is blessed to come from like a Christian household where they're really seeing like the gospel lived out. And people have like a lot of wounds. I mean, even Christians, of course, but like people have a lot of wounds, and there could be a lot of things that like keep people from knowing Christ. I'm not saying that the author like doesn't know Christ. I don't actually know, but I just feel like, you know, situations like this can really like push people away from God because of what they experience. So I don't know, I guess that's one of the reasons I'm interested in it. But I love that this book, like, let me see, this book is, ooh, there's an interview at the end. I love that. This book is 280 pages. I love how short it is. I love the paperback feel too. But anyway, yeah, so I'm excited. And I'm also glad that I just got one book, even though I wanted to just like buy everything, because I know truly that's not in my budget. So the last book that I wanted to share with you guys, where is it? Oh, right here. I got this book from the library. Okay, I'm very excited because it's part of a series, and I was able to listen to the first, not the first. I was able to listen to the I'm just gonna say first, the first three books of the series, but I could not find the last one, and I was like, oh, I just really want to finish the whole series. So I was able to get it from my library, which I'm really excited about. Um, it is The Winter War by Priscilla Shear and Gina Detweiler. So I'm super, super excited. I don't think I think I did mention the other books. So the first book being the Prince Warriors, right? And then like the Prince Warriors and the Unseen Invasion, and then the Prince Warrior and the Swords of Rima. I think I have mentioned it in other videos, and I also made a video ranking the characters in this series. But basically, this book is kind of about like it's juvenile fiction, so these kids are like in elementary, middle school, and now as we get to this book, like some of them are in high school. So it's basically about like spiritual warfare and how they so in the first three books it's like they're getting all of their like the armor of God from Ephesians 6. They're getting all their armor and they're learning about that, and they're just learning how to fight these spiritual battles. They do their battles in a Horatos. So it's like this kind of like the spiritual realm, but they're able to like come back and forth from a Horatos to like their regular lives on Earth, you know? And yeah, the time difference is interesting. I feel like it like changes a lot, but yeah, they're always doing these battles and learning stuff in these battles. It's a really good series, and this book is like easy to read. I definitely could have been done with this earlier if I just had more time to sit down and read and wasn't like tired, you know? Like the times that I do have to sit down and read, I'm usually pretty tired, so then I don't do it. What I will say is that I honestly do prefer the audio because this is like a kid's book. Um, Even though we have these dark forces and stuff, they're not really like when I read it, they're not intimidating or anything. Like it's good for a kid. But I feel like reading the audio, it added like the dramatic music and it just helped me envision things a lot more. In this book, it has pictures too, but even still, it was just a little bit harder to get into. So I feel like the audio definitely enhanced it, which if I had not listened to it on audio, the ratings might have been lower than what I gave it. I think I gave the first one 4 stars, second one 4.25, and I think the third one 4.5. So I was going in expecting like this is going to be 5 stars. I think in this one the characters are more complex. The plot is like I don't even know. Like I feel like in the previous books the plot can be kind of predictable. This one I really don't know what's going to happen. Like I don't know what's going to happen. I don't immediately know what each thing like symbolizes. So it is a very very good book. I would just prefer to listen to it. So yeah, it's let me see. Right now I'm on page 122 and I think it's about 300 pages. Yeah, like 330 pages, but I'm excited. I'm going to try to get through this because I do have to return it. I think May 11th and I already requested like an extension. So, yeah, but good book all around and I feel like this is a very good series, you know, for kids. Anyway, that is everything. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video.